Sup?
Sup?
Okay, so I need to get these cameras fixed because of course one person not showing up messes everything up. So also, Oren, your camera's not working.
Alright, sorry. I was cleaning it out because I had it.
See if I can make my hair more sporadic.
Alright.
You're also like really out of focus on your camera.
I am?
Yeah.
Not on my side.
It's just your camera on here.
Anything I can do to fix it?
Do not know.
Everything fine with mine?
Yours is fine. Oren's is fine. Shay's just coming in. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
I can
I wasn't just
see it.
making this up.
But here in mine it looks fine. Focus. Focus.
Put Shay over here. Oren over here. Aldrich is fine. Mine's not showing up. Mine's not turning on. That shouldn't be right. That should have been on. Okay. Well, that put me in Shay's spot, so I'll move that over. That over, and then I just need to find a Josie image. Could have sworn I had uploaded one, but I guess not. Yeah, there it is right there. It's labeled as Raksha for some reason. Alright, so we are down one person tonight, which throws everything into chaos, but it's fine. It's not like they were standing there a moment ago in the scene and now they're gone. But hello everyone, welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade Northern Lights. This is Season 2 Uprising, the Anarch Shenanigans campaign. Last week, you all had met a new character whose name I have not yet inputted into the overlay. It is still showing Raksha. 1,000 apologies. This is a man who did not introduce himself as a Quisian, but was later identified as not being a canine vampire, who named himself Ajay, and he said he was a friend of Raksha, our dearly departed final death given Bruja. He was mysteriously transported here via some fey magic and shenaniganry done by the audience contributions, which, hey audience, you can contribute channel bits towards helping the Second Inquisition show up a little bit faster. They're definitely going to show up this season thanks to 2 members of the coterie, but you can help get them here sooner. Just donate some bits in the channels below. You all had gone off and done various different things. Josie and Sybil had gone to a youth club to make friends and promptly only danced with themselves and didn't actually interact with anybody. Ajay had spent time drinking at the bar while Aldrich had gone out to visit a mysterious gravestone where he had spent some time reminiscing about the past and shedding a small tear before having a conversation with Mr. Skull. Mr. Skull offered him one of two gifts to show that he was more than willing to help the Anarch movement, and it seems that a tentative bargain had been struck when Aldrich, I almost called you Ajay, when Aldrich had taken the Fey Blood as part of the deal. From there, you all reconvened back at the bar where a couple of you had come across a kindred possessing 3 eyes. And that is where we left off, as the coterie freaked out and passed the message along to Aldrich that this individual had arrived.
I didn't freak out.
Mm-hmm. So, I think
How come everything interesting happens when I'm out?
it's because you never stick around long enough for them to happen while you're there.
It's a curse.
It's a curse. That
To
being
be fair, no, but Ajay was there
yeah.
initially.
Mhm. That being said, the scene progresses just a little bit, long enough for Aldrich to get here and long enough for Josie to decide that they're done for tonight. In a frustrated huff, they said that they don't want anything to do with what's going on. Too much stuff is happening all at once, and they're going to take a personal day. And they promptly leave the bar and head back to their apartment, saying they don't want to be disturbed and they'll come back when they're good and ready. Much as a gangrel would do. That being said, the 3 of you are left standing in the back office with this disheveled-looking woman, scraggly graying hair, dirty clothes. Looks very much like a drifter or a homeless woman, where the beanie that fits just snugly over the forehead to conceal what she had revealed to 2 of you to be a third eye.
Well, I'm a seer. Is it me?
No, Malkavian, stop talking to the 4th wall.
No, I'm answering your question from last time. But it could be the 4th wall.
I guess that means we're jumping in. The woman...
Oh, are we? Sorry.
I was... it's fine. It's fine. The woman blinks at Sybil's response and says, "Sorry, what?"
I don't know anymore.
Right, okay. I'm gonna be honest, I was here to talk to somebody, and I guess if you're a seer, you should have seen my coming.
Did I ever get anything?
Nope.
I never got the message. Let me check again. No. Is it in the painting? I can't see the painting.
Does anybody want to look at the painting?
Yes. Guess Ajay is going to look at the painting.
AJ, you look at this painting, and it's probably the first time you've ever set eyes on this mural that has been scrawled across your dead friend's back bar. Sybil, what does it look like from an out-of-character perspective for them to see a blind woman's attempt at painting?
It's probably very sloppy. There are, like, obvious attempts at, like, certain shapes and stuff. The start of it's probably, like, super, like, sharp twisting shapes and other things that just kind of resemble a feeling of dread. There's a part in it where there's a lot of probably whatever she thought would be blue, because she had Josie's help and a little white, very simple drawing of a bird, and maybe like there might be like a single eye in there somewhere, just an eye shape.
Mm.
Maybe, if deemed appropriate.
No, doesn't look like you had any idea that I was coming. None of this foretells that. If you were a seer, you would have been certain. Oh well, it's fine. The path of enlightenment is usually led by the blind.
Oh, I'm blind.
That might be a bit too on the nose then. What about you? She walks over to Aldrich. You look like you're one filled
Wait, I
with...
thought I wasn't here yet.
Nope, I said you are here and Josie left.
Oh, I didn't get that part. Sorry.
Yep, that was the whole point of giving her an exit and giving you an entrance. But she walks over to Aldrich and says, you look like the type of person riddled with guilt and remorse, wanting to restore their humanity. Then she leans in for a moment, sniffs. No, I must be mistaken. That's not you.
I haven't felt guilt for anything I've done.
Yep. See, that's an instant disqualifier. Right. Okay.
Would I know anything about the salubri?
You can make me a quick roll. Would you like to make a... I'm going to just... Nope, not yours. I'm going to use Raksha's as my reference point for what I need rolls on. If you could make me an intelligence...
Occult?
Occult. Yeah, that's a good one. Because it's a secretive clan.
Would this involve diving into secrets?
Yeah, actually. I think so. I think that's a perfect qualification.
May I make one as well?
Certainly.
30 successes.
Also,
And of course, I should offer to both of you, would you like to reroll?
No, I don't want to spend it on one die.
Simple.
Sure. Critical.
Critical. That brings it up to 5 successes.
5, yes.
Okay. Aldrich, you have no idea. Sybil, however, you recall discussions of mention of lost clans, and maybe the name Salat has been passed around before. Salat was the antediluvian of a clan that was diablerized by the Tremere, and that's how they ended up gaining their vampiric abilities. But outside of that, you don't really know much. You can't read, so you didn't delve too deeply into knowledge to find out that sort of thing. So outside of knowing that, they're what got the Tremere where they are, you don't really know anything.
You are magic that was eaten by other magic.
No, we don't have magic. Sorry. But you might be referring to the Tremere. There's bad blood there.
Yeah, they ate the magic.
Well, they ate the Vitae, but it's close enough. Hey, so you seem really promising, and you have a innocence that hasn't been corrupted by what we are, so maybe you actually have a chance. And she kind of looks up to Aldrich again. You wouldn't happen to be able to get a hold of esoteric knowledge, books and the like, would you?
It's possible, but it would have to be worth my while.
I have a reading list that, oh, geez, she's blind. She can't read, can she?
I can read Braille.
I don't think this has been translated into Braille. I can make it absolutely worth your while if you can compile a reading list for this young one and find somebody that would be able to help her decipher the manuscripts.
This sounds fun.
Make it with my while is fairly vague.
Well, of course, you didn't say what your while is worth.
I don't know what you can offer. You've coming off the street in scraggly clothes.
Oh, it's part of the appearance. If I drew too much attention, then people would. And she runs a thumb across her neck. It wouldn't be good for my clan or me. There's not many of us left. I'm the only one on the western seaboard.
Wow.
How exactly many? How many exactly are there people like you, lady?
I can barely count it on both hands.
I have recommendation.
Use my toes? No, that would still be too many. Well, I could probably count them on my toes. Just toes. Not that many. Still under.
So only 2 digits?
No, more than 2, less than 10.
Still a lot. Not much, but a handful.
It's 7.
Yeah, it could be 7. And I think roughly, give or take, could be anywhere from 5, less than 9.
Yeah. Aldrich.
Yes.
What about a staging point? Like a place, maybe because she knows things that I want to learn. So, do we need like a place, a staging place that maybe people could gather before pushing the tower over?
That could be useful, but from what you said, it's an extensive list.
What do you
So it'd be probably
want?
worth more than that.
What do you want?
How can one really
Favor?
put a price on knowledge? Yeah.
A favor? I'll do a favor. I want to learn.
How can you say no to a face like that? Yeah. As far as I can tell, she hasn't done anything wrong. I see there's a lot of malice in the coterie otherwise, but this one hasn't done anything. Why not help her?
What are you referring to, lady? Oh, you mean civil? Yeah?
Yeah, Sybil. I don't see any dark auras around her and Aldrich's energy. But the others I saw, there was a lot of tension.
So, how do you say, Aldrich? We're the ones operating this whole operations. I don't know if my say have any weight to this.
What if I give a boom?
Depends on what value they place behind it.
What do we call you?
Oh, me? Well, I've gotten many names, really. Back in, what did we call it? Applejack, what did we call it?
Alexander.
No, not that. That was his name. They used to call me Delphi.
Ah, you're the prophet.
No, maybe, kind of, sort of, I guess.
As far as I know, from mythology and from what someone have told me before, from the media at least, the Delphi are characters in ancient Greek, I guess. They predict sort of stuff.
It's easier just
Kinda
to
like
call it
she was-
Hellenic.
Yeah, Hellenic, yeah.
She was an oracle that lived at Delphi.
Yeah, oracle, that's the word.
Mm-hmm.
Not a seer.
It's the same thing, really.
She was a seer.
Okay then.
So, you can tell the future then?
My eyes open towards the path of enlightenment.
Aren't we all?
The future shifts. It's like lots of strings that are tied together, and when you pull a string, it pulls other strings.
I suppose if you need concrete answers, I can provide you with... She kind of thinks for a moment.
She could help me. She could help me help us.
Okay, I will do it for a boon from each of you.
Okay.
Sure. Boons, yeah.
Thank you, Aldrich.
Hold on, he didn't specify. You have to be specific on what kind.
Yeah, what kind?
I'll need information on people in the future. I suppose that would be considered a minor boon.
Sure, information, that's easy. I can do that.
Is mine the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Great. That makes this very easy. Very, very easy. So, there's a library, one I can't go to. It's connected to the traders.
Tremere.
Yes, their conclave. They have a vast knowledge library. If I went there, it'd be a death sentence, final death sentence. But a book is there. You can begin her journey, getting a hold of one of the books there. It wouldn't be easy though. It's a very, very special book.
Is it just the one?
To start, this is going to be the most dangerous one, so might as well get it out of the way. If she's able to learn anything from it, then the rest of the trip should be significantly easier.
Aldrich, what if we go there and we say that we are interested in helping, and maybe they'll be like, okay, and then help me to maybe, I don't know. You're good at talking.
I may be able to set up a deal. What's the book called?
Oh, it's It's a very old book. Transcripts exist there in their library. It was the book written when the first one walked in exile.
The Book of Nod.
And she nods quickly. It will help get her started on the path. Achieving Galconda is not easy, and many fail along the way.
Sybil,
Yeah.
don't fail on this.
Okay.
If that is all,
Yes.
you have somewhere to stay in the city.
No. Just not allowed to stay in the cities. I was merely popping in for a moment, and then I'm going to head back out where it's safe.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Of course.
I hold my hands out for a hug.
She kind of walks over and awkwardly shoulder hugs. The cost of enlightenment is usually more than we expect initially.
It'll help me see many things. I want to see pretty things. Many pretty things.
Yep. Alright then. Bye-bye. And she just lets herself out, walking out of the office.
Well, that's that. And Ajay just turns to Aldrich. It's like, so, that's what we're doing next, huh?
Yes, we need transcripts of the Book of Nod.
Oh, Book of Nod. This book, it's starting to become a headache to me now.
It's important.
Excuse me for saying that. But, yeah.
You don't
You
know
think
what
this
a
is
real
also-
headache is. You haven't seen all the strings move at once. That would be a real headache for you.
Oh, yeah. I'm really hoping that's not what I'm gonna be experiencing. Sybil?
No, that's for me.
Oh. Well then.
Do you have an idea how to get it, Aldrich?
Yes. I'll spend the next few days trying to make contact with Glantramere. Ask for a meeting.
Okay.
Just you?
I would prefer the coterie to go.
I'll go.
I'd come too. It's not like I have anything else to do. Cook
Though
me
you
up
are
inside.
night, that could be an issue.
Yeah, I'm fine if you want me to stay, but cook me up inside all day and all night, and I might as well be gone.
Do you want a coffin? I hear
Hmm?
some people like to sleep in coffins.
Nah, I don't like to sleep in coffin. I like beds. It's nice. I would prefer to have someone in my bed, but yeah, no. Can't really have anyone. I do have something in mind that I do need.
Aldrich?
You guys know anyone who sells live chicken? Maybe pets? One you can keep around?
This isn't exactly a country town.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. If I know, I will just walk out there and find myself. Thing is, I don't drink human.
The pet
I
store
think I've
down
said
that
that
way,
before.
and I point in a direction, just a random direction, has I don't say how far it is though. Sometimes has chickens, but usually around Easter, and they're usually really little.
I see. Well then, how about you, Aldrich? What do you think? What's your answer?
Oh, I drink what I can get. It's simple enough.
So you can get chicken blood from me? Maybe animal blood? Hey, I'm willing to go out and find my own, but I don't want to cause trouble for the coterie, and you guys already got a lot of trouble in cooking up in ya.
Why not go to the park and hunt?
I know this ain't my territory, and I know if I show up outside, and if they find me, they're gonna do stuff to me. You don't fuck around foreign land without first introducing yourself to the people in charge. It's like barging into a door. By barging into a house and just,
Hey,
start eating
Aldrich?
their food.
Yes, you should try to make yourself a meeting with the Prince of Vancouver.
Hey, Aldrich?
Yes.
I have another question. What? How do Duskborn get powers?
I'm sorry, you cut out at the end?
How do Duskborn get powers?
They don't.
What if they taste?
What if they taste?
If they taste
The first part of that did not pick up.
What if they taste VTI?
If they Diablerize someone, they would probably get powers to become a true vampire.
I mean, if they just taste. Nothing temporary.
Do you want to blood bond one of the Thin Bloods?
No. Unless it gives them strength that they want. I thought if they're here or somewhere and they want what you want and to fight, then maybe it would give them strength. But if they don't, then maybe not.
And our Ark's camera is down. Oh, there goes Ark.
Oh, I can't hear.
Look at me. I am the storyteller now.
What happened?
Or got disconnected.
God bless it. Guess we're waiting.
I am the storyteller now.
You're in charge.
Alright, so there's this huge meteor, okay?
50% darker. It's a world of darkness. Make
Yeah.
it sad.
It is
Not
a dark
2020. It's a meteor.
Tendrils begin to extend from it.
Oh, well, that just sounds fun.
Yeah. As it moves closer, you can see that it is no meteor at all, but a mass of wriggling flesh
Flesh.
and eyes. Yet none of the living can discern it for what it is. They just go about their days.
They learn to love the tentacle.
Yes. And you wonder if you have gone truly insane. Roll me a sanity check.
That's not a stat. Oh boy, how bad was that disconnect?
Sorry.
I said, how bad was that disconnect?
Let's see, has he said anything?
He hasn't.
Hello?
There he is.
There he is.
You're back.
Welcome back.
Looking for a second.
Yeah, we were just checking on you. We saw you were still online.
Yeah, it was just like a hiccup. I could hear you, but then everything just kind of died.
It happened to me when I was closing my stream.
It's all good. Alright, so I sat back down while you guys were talking. What's the plan for the rest of the evening?
Aldrich is going to try to make contact with Clan Tremere.
Mm-hmm.
And Aldrich is recommending that AJ tries to get a meeting with the prince.
Oh. Well then, from the both of you, I will need some rolls, please.
I will join Aldrich.
So, let me have some... From AJ, I will need politics persuasion.
Oh, Lord.
Uh-huh. And then, Aldrich, let me just have a... Sorry, not politics persuasion, that doesn't make any sense. Let me have charisma politics from you, AJ. And charisma... It wouldn't be streetwise. Let me have charisma persuasion from you, Aldrich.
Could I word it into manipulation?
How are you going to word it?
I'm just joking.
Okay, I was like, word it for me so that it sounds manipulating. But yeah, either one, please. If you want to go the manipulation route, that is.
6
Damn, that's a crit.
I will offer you, of course, one reroll if you like.
No, I'm going with 6.
Okay. 2 successes is all you need for both of you. So, AJ, tell me what you... Or actually, let's play the scene out. You end up calling... Aldrich gives you the number that would connect to the Moonlight Sword Hotel. And when you dial it in, a woman's voice on the line, chimes in. Operator, how may I help you?
He just looks at Aldrich and then back to the phone, be like, yeah, I'd like to,
Introductory meeting.
oh yeah, I'd like to have an introductory meeting, perhaps.
Perhaps, sir.
Well, I'm sure I need to, so...
An introductory meeting with who, sir?
Just to Aldrich again.
I don't know what they said.
An introductory meeting with the,
Aldrich just kind of gives you a look. The
What
owner.
you say? The owner, yes, the owner of the hotel.
You wish to speak to the manager.
The manager?
Her eyes roll back.
The woman upstairs. Yes, I can arrange a meeting with the manager for you.
Yes. If I may ask, how soon would that be?
Well, sir, given you haven't expressed who you are or what your intention is, it would seem that the manager's next available meeting will be... There's like a long pause. The sound of like rifling through some papers. Spring, sir.
Spring.
Spring of
This-
2025.
2025. 5 years.
The manager is a very busy woman, sir. Are you important
Ah.
enough to accelerate this meeting?
Well, let's see my reason to. What did you say again? Accelerate this meeting?
Accelerate, sir, to
Accelerate.
proceed it forward.
Yes.
Is there a reason? Is there a reason we would have a reason to accelerate your meeting?
Well, for starters, I come from a foreign land. I come from
You
another
said you're a foreign
country.
dignitary, sir.
Yes, and for some reason, someone just dragged me here,
Where do you hail from?
and I'm from another part of the world. Not
I
exactly
figured,
the
sir.
middle.
The foreign and the dignitary part gave that away.
Yes. Well, I'm from the Southeast Asia
Southeast
area.
Asia. Interesting. I did not realize that the hotel traveled so far.
Oh no. Like I said before, someone got me here. I don't know who, and I don't know how. And well, I met up with some folks that was generous enough to help me
Some
figure
folks,
out
sir.
what to do.
What folks are these, sir?
Turns to Aldrich.
There's the awkward sound of a juice box being slurped up through a straw.
I'm going to take the phone.
Finally. Already like, thank you. I can't. I never make calls like this. I always have someone to do this kind of calls for me. I'm not a good talker. I talk a lot, but I'm not a good talker. I think
I
you
hold
know
up a
that.
hand out to hush him. My name is Aldrich Lee. I have a new business partner that the owner would be very interested in meeting.
The foreign dignitary.
Yes.
I see.
I had a meeting with her a few days past.
Yes. Well, Mr. Lee, I see that you are considered a priority client. If that is the case, you and your foreign dignitary friend can have a meeting in 7 nights.
Of course, we will be there.
Excellent. Do not keep the manager waiting, sir.
We definitely won't.
Very good.
Have a good evening.
You as well, sir. Have a great night. And you hear the line disconnect.
I'll hand him his
Hey,
phone back.
Alright.
You secured
That-
us an opportunity.
That didn't go well, did it? And I'm sorry to disappoint you, but as you can see, I ain't a good talker, friend. Thank God you're a good one, though.
It probably wasn't
Cause-
the worst conversation you've seen, Aldrich.
I think I've seen Raksha do worse.
That's for sure.
Ah, yes. He's much more worse than me. He talks with his fists and claws and whatever objects he can find nearby to talk.
And we
That's
all
why he's
remember-
dead.
I was gonna say, we all remember how well that went.
Yeah, he's bound to die nowadays anyway. But, quick question. Where do I stay? I mean, I don't know if I should stay in the sofa, in one of the sofa here in the bar, if that's appropriate, or I can take the upstairs, or I can take whatever place you...
If you wish, you can stay in the basement. If not, you can provide your own accommodations, whichever you prefer.
No upstairs?
No upstairs.
Damn. Now I kind of wish Raksha was alive, just to tell you that I can get to stay upstairs.
But he
Yep, he isn't.
But
I'll
he
take
isn't.
what I can get. Do you
Also, there's going to be some renovations.
Renovations.
Yes.
You really ain't just... You people here, your tradition is weird. You don't really
People,
respect
sir.
the dead, do you? You don't really respect your comrade.
We're all
Once
dead.
they're dead, that's it, huh? Ah, no, I'm not talking about that. We're still alive as long as we're breathing. Well, as
I'm
long
not
as we're still
breathing.
functioning.
I mean, if you blushed
yeah.
life, you would be breathing.
As long as we're still walking this earth, Mr. Ulrich. I don't know your last name.
Lee.
Or I don't remember. Okay, Mr. Lee, as long as we walk this earth, we're still alive. And it's a curse that we're going to bear until either the end that you were talking about, the end of our kinds, or the end of our life, which is what you people call final death. I say it was a release of a curse. But yeah.
Yes, and I offer Raksha my respects by ensuring he receives a proper burial. I was going to try to do it myself until you came along.
You do burials?
Burials,
what?
burnings, I was going to do some research.
It don't look like the graveyard keeper type. You look like a... What was it called? It was someone who goes into courts and defends the
Lawyer?
victim. Yeah! You look like the lawyer type with all that clothing you put on.
Never hurts to put on a good outfit.
It's a bit uptight, that's for sure. Just makes you a little bit too formal. But anyway, that aside, do you have any moment to talk?
Yes, I do, but I do have to arrange the meeting with the Chantry.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Well, when can we talk?
If it's quick, I can do it right now.
I have some plans up my mind. I've got something in mind
Okay.
for our cause.
What would that be?
See, my clan, we stick together, that's for sure. Other than that, we can be hired guns. You can hire us as one of your soldiers, and you know, having experienced a lot of wars and having known some of the members of clans my clans was, as far as I know, they were living in California. I might be able to pull some strings so we can get some reinforcement in. No, it still
If you
depends
think
on
you-
how.
If you think you can pull on these strings, but I'm sure I don't need to remind you to worry about the Second Inquisition. Nothing that would compromise the societies.
This again. Second Inquisitions. Ugh. Then what do you suggest? If you don't want me to use my phone, that's fine. What else can you offer me to, you know, call up some of my buddies in the Free States? I mean, I can do letters, pigeon letters, or whatever you people use it nowadays.
You can use your phone, just don't use any terms, kindred, clan names,
That'll be easy.
Those are the things they watch out for.
That'll be easy. I've just referred to bad names, and plus they could be a fan club anyway, a really known fan club. We're back in our country. We refer to each other with football clubs.
And don't offer me, Sybil, or Josie up for any boons you have to offer.
Nah, don't think we deal with boons. I mean, last I remember, all we deal with is just a place for our clan to thrive. And, well, also a place for us to have a home with our human. That's all we need anyway. That's my term anyway. If I were ever getting hired, but in some circumstances. Question is, how soon do you want this reinforcement in?
I'm going to work on getting us a staging area.
Could do it outside the territory.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
You got a place in mind?
I was thinking of getting somewhere over in Surrey near the city's border. About a 30-minute drive from here.
If I may suggest, you might want to find somewhere near the forest. Just in case, because my friend likes to stretch their legs sometimes. When they stretch their legs, I mean, they went wild. They like to play on chase with each other.
You are aware there are lupines around here.
Hmm?
Lupines? Werewolves?
Oh yeah,
Garu.
werewolves. Yeah. I know werewolves. Back where I come from, there's not a lot of wolves, but there are tigers. Not sure if the rumors had where tigers exist, but here's hoping they're wrong. There were attacks though, tigers attacking kindreds, but might just be some hunters, you know. Never know.
Where tigers are a thing.
There's no, well.
No, I mean for
I don't-
World of
World of
Darkness,
Darkness.
where tigers
Is
are.
it?
Lycans.
Mm-hmm.
They're all lycans.
Oh, there are lichens. There's no lichens in. Well, there were lichens, but they were only in Bali though. In terms like dogs, native dogs. Well,
Then I'll start looking closer to Coquitlam.
all right. Oh, and Aldrich, if I may ask one more thing. If you do any business, just outside, and once I get myself settled in, I can walk out there without, having to be worried to be seen and all that. After all these meetings, can I just come with you from now on? I feel like I'll handle the situation better with you around, because you're a talker.
With my intervention, I believe that we are both going to the meeting next week. Oh, it is
Yeah.
in 7 nights, by the way.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like in general, whenever you're going out for business, doing doing stuff. Can I just come with you? I don't want to stuck here, and then having to have another hobo walks in, and then realize that this happens. And I'll just be standing here, looking at people, be like, am I supposed to say something here? Am I supposed to be part of the conversation? I feel like I could just go back to the bar and drink.
Besides this meeting with Tremere, I believe we should be fine for any future meetings. We don't want to play our hand too soon and reveal that you aren't a K-Knight.
Oh, so you're not gonna reveal to the manager that I am a canine?
I don't think we should lie. But I don't think we should play our hand too soon.
I feel like as long as they're not asking what clan I am, I'll be.
If they ask specifically, perhaps you'll be interested. See what a Quajin is doing.
Well, they do. Well, I mean, I can offer them a lot of things to sway them even more. I do have something in mind that might serve as a backup plan or adds more to our plan. Though it's gonna involve a lot more of you doing a lot of talking.
I can talk.
Right. And you can bootlick the manager.
Bam.
Yes.
Well, if you're so good at that, I'll be helping you then. I'll be your thug, and you'll be my talker. How's that sound, friend?
That sounds good to me.
Then, from now on, we'll be sticking together then? You're not gonna just, leave me at the bar with gesture to Sybil, and then, gesture outside us in to Josie.
Yes, I believe it's time for us to start acting more like a coterie.
Wait, you haven't been acting like a coterie before.
Yes.
What really happens?
Sybil, do you have anything to add?
Oh, I was gonna say I left the room while this conversation was going on.
You look to find Sybil and she's gone.
Of course.
I'm just out talking to Samuel, Ilda, and Roderick while I wait. I'm probably drawing with crowds again, and I wanted to say, so if a meteor was gonna land on the city,
Meteor's gonna land on the city? We're all gonna die. No.
yeah, then, and you and you thought you could build a rocket to stop the meteor, would you try building the rocket and risk yourself, or would you run away?
That's easy, little lady. I'd build the rocket and send Bruce Willis and Ben Affleck up there to blow it to smithereens.
I heard about that.
It's a true story.
Wow. Okay.
I just saw that and then just looks to Aldrich, leans in, you got a really weird bunch, but interesting cast of
Yes, I'm aware.
yeah. Is this what Rasha is dealing with every day?
I think he was dealing less with Sybil.
You didn't have to deal with it for long.
That's basically
Damn,
what I was trying to say.
Damn! Well, I guess I can see why he likes to stick around you guys. He does likes the unruly bunch. Anywho, you got business to do, so I'll leave you to it. I've got a lot more to talk about, but I always do. But you got things to do, so don't let me stop ya. I'll just go.
Aldrich,
What time is it again?
It's probably about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Aldrich, I believe you had a few calls to make tonight.
Yes, I need to make a deal with the Tremere.
Well, not just that, but another call as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Which
I'm
would you
going to
like?
go upstairs.
Which one are you calling first?
The Tremere.
All right. Since I have that roll from you, would you like to act that one out, or do you want to just keep it fairly cut and dry? With the
I
critical,
mean, it's basically just going to be...
with the critical, they're very receptive to it. I mostly acted out Ajay's because he's not a kindred, so it would have been funny to see him navigate that.
It's
was
basically going to
funny.
be like, I am seeking texts from your organization, and I would like to meet to discuss.
Yeah, and like I said, they seem very open to the idea of sharing knowledge. The Tremere, we didn't really establish anything about the other Tremere last season, right? So I'm free to.
Just
No, I did
like
give a
two
little
of them.
tidbit.
But they seem open to sharing some of the knowledge. Of course, they emphasize that knowledge isn't free, and basically they said that they're willing to work out an arrangement with you to let you borrow a book. Also, it's getting really windy out there. Or is that just the AC? There's some noise in the background. But yeah, they seem open to it, and they said they can meet with you in 3 nights.
All right.
Also, I was looking at that thing for the were-tigers. Apparently, you can be a were-dragon.
What?
Yeah.
Why aren't we playing that game?
I don't know, because it's old. But yeah, apparently there are a number of... Basically, the lycanthropes are Henge yokai, just the shapeshifters. Haken are werewolves, Kan are were-tigers, Kitsune were-foxes, Kumo were-spiders, Naga, with an H, is were-serpents, Kazumis are were-rats, Samebito are were-sharks. Oh man, that does sound really strong. There's something windy going on out there. Tengu are were-ravens, and Zhonglong are were-dragons.
Those are familiar names, especially the Chinese and Japanese ones.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Khan one, no.
Yeah.
That's definitely from India.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they say that they're just connected to the Middle Kingdom, which is what the World of Darkness refers to as Asian countries, predominantly China. So that's, that hurdle we ran into when making the Quijin for you was a lot of their stuff is based around China.
Yeah, I could easily guess that.
Yeah. There's actually a surprising bit of information for India as well, but China and India seem to be the two focal points, with a little bit in Japan as well due to its popularity. But they should add more and update it to 5th edition, because it does not make it very easy for us. Also, the were-dragons are Asian dragons, not European dragons. So you a long boy if you want to be a dragon.
You a noodle lizard.
You a noodle lizard.
Asian dragons are pretty cool.
Asian dragons are
Yeah.
pretty cool.
There's variety of it. There's not just a noodle dragon. There's like, maybe I go to
Dragon
the detail like
turtles,
that.
the dog lions, I think count as dragons too.
Dog lions, and then there's the ones that's like a hybrid of like a cow, dogs, lion, and tigers, I guess. It's basically chimeras. Bunch of them. But yeah.
Yeah. Any hoodle. That's a tangent for another day. So, you finished that call with the Tremere, and then you have another call to make.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Who are you calling now?
I'm calling Mirabelle.
So you remember what we called the club? Tell me you wrote it down because I didn't.
I think I did.
I'm sure Shay
No.
wrote it down. But she takes notes for everything.
Let's see.
Doesn't look it.
Club I don't have.
Oh well. That's geez, because I made it on the generator, so it's fine. But you call Mirabelle's club, and the number goes straight to our office because that's the number she gave you. The phone answers, and you can hear the heavy techno-electronic music that is dampened but not removed by the soundproofing in the office. And the voice answers, and she says, "Mr. Lee, I was wondering when you were going to call me back. It's been some time."
Only a few days.
Only a few days is a lifetime to some.
But not to us.
I trust you're bringing good news, Mr. Lee.
Yes. I would like to meet in Queen Elizabeth Park
Queen
in 10 days.
Elizabeth Park. 10 days. Yes. I think we can make that arrangement. I would ever so like to see my bird in the gardens again. I will make a note of it. Our arrangement stands, Mr. Lee. A major boon if you bring her to me.
Yes.
Good. Good. I'm happy to hear that everything is going so well. You should swing by the club sometime. We have a new drink, Mr. Lee. Some friends from beyond the city made it up. They call it Ecto Cooler.
So happy.
I can't go into the details of what it's made of over the phone, but it's quite intoxicating for those who participate.
I just might swing by. If you don't mind, I do have other business to attend tonight.
Of course not. You can
Until we meet again.
You can swing by any time, and we do have new suspension ropes put in if you truly want to swing.
Have a good evening, Mirabelle.
You as well, Mr. Lee.
I think part of that might have cut out.
She said, "You as well, Mr. Lee."
I just heard Mr. Lee,
Ah.
and then I will hang up.
Mhm. Are there any other calls to make?
Yes.
All right.
I would like to contact Mr. Skill.
And you were given a very discreet number, and you dial it in. It rings, and rings, and rings, and there's no answer, nor is there a voicemail. you do anything else?
I'll try one more time.
You try again. It rings. It rings. And it rings. Before, again, no answer, with no voicemail.
Well, he did it.
I
He
will put
opened
the
the
phone
box.
away.
Game over.
You put your phone away.
Actually, with all that, Aldrich is going to snap this SIM card.
Oh. You turn your phone over and you you start to take the back panel off to retrieve the SIM card before your phone starts to ring.
Is it the number I was dialing?
It's listed as an unknown number.
I will pick up.
Mr. Lee, you were reaching out.
Yes.
Good. I wouldn't dispose of your phone so quickly, though, Mr. Lee.
I will say that the proprietors. Sorry, I can't talk right now.
That's all right.
The proprietors of the Velvet Getaway will be out on business come the 10 nights from now.
I see. The bar will be closing down for renovations, Mr. Lee.
Yes.
I see. Very well, Mr. Lee. This is interesting news. I will be in contact with you shortly, Mr. Lee. And you hear him disconnect.
I'm going to put my phone away. And I want to look around the room and see if I can find a bug.
Mm-hmm.
Like a camera kind of bug.
Mm-hmm. Make me, what's harness?
And this will be delving into secrets, would you say?
No.
Three successes.
As you look around the office, you go through the obvious bugging routine, checking the potted plant, looking under the desk, the various things, anything that looks out of place, and then you remember that Raksha had made a point of installing cameras in the Velvet Getaway, and there's one in the corner of the office pointed towards the desk.
Actually, I was upstairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys set up cameras in a few spots. But it's one of your cameras.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's the only camera you find. But it's a camera nonetheless.
As I'm like kneeling down under the desk,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull out one of the books I stored there.
And what's on this book, sir?
It is some writings about Set.
And what do you do once these books are out?
He is going to take the book and read through it for about 30-ish minutes before he puts it back. Then he'll head back downstairs.
Praise the serpent. Okay. What have...
What's inside us now?
Mhm. What does Sybil and Ajay do for this 30 plus minutes?
If I'm able to, catch any of the Duskborn,
They're working in the
are,
bar.
well, yeah, I mean, who are not out in the open where talking about things would be a masquerade breach.
Oh no, they're working.
Yeah. Okay.
You could talk to Jay.
You could talk to AJ. Ajay.
Ajay, yeah.
Ajay.
He hasn't retreated back to the basement. He was thinking about going up to Aldrich again because he's like, wait, I need to talk to my husband. The guy must probably gonna be worried about me. I just got missing.
How badly
And
do you
consider-
want a phone, AJ? You know that.
I mean, he has
you
a
know
phone.
that
I just-
Aldrich. You know that Aldrich is going to be upstairs for quite some time.
All right. And that's gonna be 30 minutes, right? Or more?
Yep. Would you like to sneak off to a payphone or find a phone you can use?
See, that's the difference between Raksha and Ajay. Ajay knows to hold himself. He's a patient guy, and like Raksha, he's not that impulsive. So this is like
Dude,
going
nerd, you
to.
won't.
No, you know what? He's going to Sybil, and he's gonna sit down. And he's gonna be the one who talks to Sybil. He's like, so,
Yes.
you like drawings, huh?
Yep.
How long have you been drawing? Yeah, where do you store all your
How
drawings?
old is... Where do I store them?
Yeah, like, do you collect them or do you just draw them and then you put them somewhere else and then you forget about it? Because that's usually what I do. But then again, I'm not a good painter, nor am I a good sketcher. I'm not really good at drawing at all.
They end up where they need to be. That's important.
And how would you know that?
I just do.
Interesting. So, I had some question in mind, if you don't mind me asking. Mostly about, about what you do to the group and all, your contribution. I mean, other than drawing, you're really good at drawing.
I want to keep working on my mural. I'm going to go back there and paint it.
Okay then. You mind if I come with you for a little bit? No,
I'm already walking in that direction,
okay.
whether they follow or not.
And just like, you follow, mini, should I follow or should I not? I'll follow. I don't have anything else to do. It just saunters over. That'll be the back room, right?
Yeah, when they get back there, I'm already painting on it. And I say I'm doing this.
Huh.
It's gonna be
How long have you-
important.
How long have you been working on this piece?
Weeks.
Say, may I ask? If you don't mind, I don't know much custom about the arcines here. So, how old are you?
That's rude.
Oh, that's rude, huh? Okay. Pardon me.
I'm 14.
Pardon me. 14.
I've been 14 for a very long time.
Ah.
He's asking a 14-year-old in a bar how old she is. Nothing
Hold on,
wrong
I
with
need
that.
Hold on, I need to make a roll.
It's either a midget or a small girl, okay? It's one or the other. It's either a midget or a... Plus, I thought we
I'm
were
blind and
talking in the back
helpless.
room. I thought we were in the back room, so nobody's gonna be able to...
No, she
stop.
wanted to be out.
Lord.
Sorry, AJ.
He's like, what a mess. What a mess I've got into. What the...
Propositioning a 14-year-old girl in a bar.
Anywho.
Turns out one of the patrons is an undercover cop.
God damn it. Hello, officer. I am not anywhere related to this girl. No, no, no. I'm not here to get in. Nope. Just a patron. I'm not illegally allowing a minor entering a bar.
No, it's fine. She's already here, after all. Just making a small note on things. Moving some clocks forward.
You know, she's family.
Yeah.
She's allowed to be in here.
Is that what the rule is? She's the designated driver.
Pretty much. The blind girl.
Mm-hmm. I know what I said.
I'm the babysitter. Anywho, I almost called AJ Aldrich. God damn it. Edge is going to lean against the
It's the A names,
wall.
man.
Yeah. Edge is going to lean against the wall, the one without the mural, and he's gonna stare at Sybil and be like, you know, Mike is probably they're probably 2 years younger. They're real age. You're 14, but I guess they were only 2 years younger than you. Oh, well, one of them is 2 years, one of them is only 3 years. They're cute little guys, girls.
Your family? Your family?
Yeah.
You should be careful where you mention that.
Yeah, I know. But we're in the back room, so as far as I know, no one is gonna be hearing us. And well, as much as I know, I can trust you.
For now.
I mean, if we want to make this work, we're gonna need to trust each other. One another. And well, you know, being out here, it's just it doesn't really gives me a good vibe, you know, being suddenly thrust into this. I'd rather it be a slow travel into this, you know. I'll be honest, I'm not really care for this, but...
Are you afraid?
Hmm?
Are you afraid to be here?
I'll be lying if I say I'm not, but...
Good.
You should be. And then she attacks.
I have to be brave.
Pandora's
Because I have
box
black.
is here.
Hmm?
Pandora's box is here.
What does it even mean?
It's already 30 minutes already. It's like checking the watch. Constantly checking the watch.
Sure hasn't. You still got plenty of time, boy.
So,
When
you've
the
been
lid is
around
up.
the area. You've been around the area, aren't you?
Some of it.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you know about the city? I'd like to know your thoughts about it. That's it?
There's a nightmare waiting to be released. And then there will be
Nightmare.
nothing. But until that happens, there's bones. There's Rose.
Rose.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff tangled in the roses.
You're speaking riddles.
Mm-hmm. I'd be very
Kinda
clear.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, what can you tell me about the Grangirl girl? What was her name again? Josie, was it?
I don't want to talk about her.
Sorry, didn't hear you there.
Stage whisper.
I don't want to talk about her.
Why not? You guys are friends, right? I'm just asking what's your
She's my friend.
opinion about her.
She's my friend.
These?
What?
This?
I said she's my friend.
Oh yeah, she's your friend. But what's your opinion about her? What do you think about her?
I shouldn't talk about her. If you want to talk about someone else.
All right. How about well, he's not around. So, Raksha, what do you think about him?
He's smart.
Smart.
And his aura says he's
Hmm?
he's he's hard to follow.
Hard to follow.
His aura's tricky. Very
Hmm.
tricky.
Oh, you're not wrong about him. He's
That's- But he's
he tends to go off on his own.
I trust him.
Hmm. But
If I had to be worried, I think I would have seen something.
would you rather have him still be around? Or do you not care about it at all? Or you put
Okay.
it behind you already? Oh, no. I'm talking about Raksha, not Aldrich. Not yet. I was going to ask you about Aldrich, but in a little bit.
Raksha.
Raksha, yeah.
Yeah. I cared.
Hmm?
I cared,
Hmm.
but I can't show it. That would be bad. He's gone.
Can't really hear you well. You're
God,
real quiet.
He's gone. I cared. But I can't show I cared.
I
And he's
understand.
gone
I
now.
understand. I understand. Well, what do you think about Aldrich then? Let's change the topic then. It's a pretty uptight guy, huh?
He knows what's best.
Checks his watch again. Looks around.
He's smart.
I bet he is.
That's why we listen to him. If we don't listen to him, you get rock shot.
Is that what you?
Wow, it's a thing now.
Yeah, that's what I just listened to you. Like, you're making this a thing now. You're gonna call someone to God damn it!
Is this the new
Well,
quote from Jimmy?
Rockshud. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, it's the hit phrase is all the kids are using now is poor fucking Jimmy to as slang for when something bad just happens, and to get Rockshud is just being given final death now.
He lives on.
To get Rockshud is to be given final death in a situation where you were perfectly capable of walking out alive.
You just don't be an idiot and tempt fate. That's all.
Just don't pull a Rockshud.
You could have just
You would
walked
have
out,
been
man.
fine if you just didn't kill him.
Honestly, yeah.
I trust Aldrich. If I had to worry, I think I would have seen something.
So, let me get this straight. You trust Aldrich, but you never talk about Josie, and you didn't say the same for Raksha, for our dear departed Raksha. So is Aldrich the only person you trust in this, what is it called again, coterie?
I trust Josie.
Okay.
She
Check
made me
two.
a promise.
I feel like that's a bit personal, but if you want to talk about it, go ahead. If not, I'd like to ask about Raksha then.
Lean down.
Alright.
I lean over and I whisper, "It's a secret."
Okay then. Well, this time again, I'll go visit the Tin Bloods if you don't mind. You won't mind if I leave you alone, won't you? I mean, it can get pretty lonely out here.
Don't
I mean,
call them
I
that.
know. Okay then.
That's rude.
What's rude? What did I do again? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Don't say that word.
Oh, you mean refer to them as that?
You can
How
call
long
them by their
then?
names.
Okay, what's their name?
You should ask them.
Alright then, I guess shall do. You have fun in here. And he just closed the door and then locks one of the tin plots and that is closest to them. Who would that be? I guess. I wonder. Does he even know? No. But yeah, maybe he could talk to the guy at the bar if it's not already time to knock at Aldrich upstairs. I don't know what else he's going to do downstairs other than talking to the Tin Bloods, honestly.
Well, why don't we take our break? We're at the halfway point now, and we'll reconvene with plans of going forward from here.
Yay, we did stuff.
You did stuff. People didn't die.
Yet.
Nobody did a
Surprising.
raksha. Nobody did a raksha.
No one got rocked.
No one got a raksha. All right.
Not
so,
yet anyway.
Not yet, anyway. So you still got 4 days and a week to go. So let's take 5 and reconvene shortly.
Okay.
That was weird. I'll be right back. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Wait, since they're gonna be meeting the prince again, so that means Aldrich's going to have to take Ajay to like shopping for like suits now. He didn't get the chance to do it with Raksha. And you gotta look appropriate. Oh Lars. So I can just imagine that just like you're gonna put me on makeup, huh? Just make it quick, please. And for the love of God, don't give me a coat. I rather wear suspenders. Or whatever you call it. So like the thing that you put over the thing, over your shoulder and you put it in. I don't know the word for English. I forgot about it for like a moment.
Not foreshadowing anything.
I don't think it is.
I'm not foreshadowing anything.
Hell man, someone's gonna go for a bike ride?
Yep.
Oh my gosh! Wait,
I know what he's referencing.
I mean, he's referencing a couple things.
Am I though?
Yes.
Was he though?
Yeah.
Could be. Righto, it sounds like everybody's back. So why don't we jump right back in?
Sure, I'm ready.
It's been 4 days. Josie still hasn't come out of her seclusion, but the three of you have arranged a meeting with the Tremere.
Before we get there,
Nope. Yes.
I was gonna ask Aldrich if there's any good information we could trade.
Oh, I mean, that was something you could have asked him after I finished.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So, 4 days have passed, and you all have a meeting arranged with the Tremere. The discussion of what can be traded with the Tremere is put on the table during the drive, but it's still a drive that needs to be made. And Daniel has loaded you all into the van. And you make your way to where the Conclave is located. The Conclave itself is a older library that is headed by the Tremere, and the Primogen himself is considered the whatever the head librarian's official title would be. I'm sure it's just head librarian, but the head researcher and the Conclave itself is centered around researching things that are brought to the library. This is more of a national library than a public one. It's dedicated to a large archive building, much older, probably at least 100 plus years old in its architecture. But you all pull up to... Do you have Daniel park a ways away, or do you actually go to the parking lot, knowing that this is a Camerilla-controlled building?
I think we will park a little bit away.
Okay. And so, while making the short walk, usually the preferred method is to park at least a couple blocks from whatever desired location. So this is probably the opportunity for Sybil to ask her question.
Is there any good information we can trade? Should I mention trading maybe knowledge of the box? Or danger?
I'm sorry, the fox?
The box, that the danger that the box
Oh, the box.
is.
We will ask them what they would like in exchange, and we will determine what we can trade.
Would they be interested in your set type scripts, or is that bad?
I wouldn't know, I haven't met them.
Okay.
And I believe the word you're looking for is Regent Ren. It's the person who is the head of the chantry
Ah, thank you.
in a city.
That
It's
would be
usually the Primogen, doesn't have to be.
Okay. Would you like it to be the Primogen?
Yes, she is very dedicated to the Tremere.
All right, then we'll establish that that is the case.
We will head on in.
Okay. This library, this archive library, is a grand structure. It bears the Roman column themes that are prevalent more on the East Coast of the United States, but has traveled well in its way this way, given the British Columbia's influence on the region. The columns form around a pair of lions that make up the centerpiece of the staircase leading to the main entrance of this library. And when you get to the door, there's a woman sitting behind the desk, and she looks up at you from behind a pair of glasses, and she says, "Library hours are from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
It's fine, we're here by appointment.
Are you?" And she raises a brow.
Yes.
Oh, well, in that case, no. Who are you having a meeting with, sir?
I raise my hand.
She raises a brow at Aldrich again.
I'm going to activate awe. We have a meeting with the manager here. I'm sure that it will be no trouble.
I'd like to read this person's aura.
Please list off for me.
It's basically just I could add my presence to any charisma checks.
Unless, I believe that only works on kind, correct?
Nope.
Don't have to make anything against another kindred.
Anyone that aware they're being affected can try to resist.
That's what I'm... Very well. I will do so. Let's see. Composure plus intelligence. So I will need a manipulation plus presence from you. I think I was just on...
Really?
Oh dear. Would you like to re-roll?
Yes.
That is pretty bad.
It's quite bad. Stats for Anarch.
I'll get one more.
So 3 successes.
3 successes.
Alright, and I need to roll. Checking this. Composure plus intelligence. What do I got here? Okay. I wish this number would go higher. Alright, 1. I rolled the wrong thing for the first one. Of course I did. Nope, I did that wrong again. Let me try this one more time. I was rolling D100s instead of 10s. Okay, so I have...
Well, we get higher than a 10 on that then.
I will re-roll. Okay, I got 4. She kind of blinks at you for a moment and she says, "You know, it's generally frowned upon to try and do that sort of thing. If you're here for a meeting, you can just say who you are so I can check our registrar."
My apologies then. Aldrich Lee, and I'm going to drop off.
And she puts on a smile that very clearly for someone like you looks like a forced smile, and she starts going through a Rolodex of information, and she says, "Here we are, Mr. Lee. Yes, you did have an appointment. Not with the manager, however, but we did have a room set aside for your meeting. And she reaches over to where the phone is, and she presses a button, and it bleeps for 2 quick chimes, and then she says, "Yes, hello. Your 9 o'clock is here. They'll be up shortly." And she pushes a button again. She says, "Take the spiral staircase down to the 4th floor. There'll be a room on the left. Make yourselves comfortable. If you need anything, you can dial the phone inside."
Thank you.
Have a
When
pleasant
you
evening.
when you check her aura, Sybil, she does come off with a kindred aura.
Okay.
So, heading towards the staircase, it's a spiral staircase that lets you move single file and descends down into the lower reaches of this archive. Each level opens up to more of the library that may not be accessible to mortal society during the daylight hours, but here you see that it opens into vaster libraries and spaces where stored knowledge of kindred society or esoteric knowledge beyond the scope of mortal understanding is kept, and it's a highly guarded secret as well. The doors that separate these areas from the staircase look like they have some technological security locks on them, and there's at least one person standing by the doors as well. And you make your way down each floor, looking over a quick glance as you make the rounding spiral down before hitting the 4th floor. And when you hit the 4th floor, this room is not one of these chambered archives. Instead, it looks more like rooms are dedicated down a long hallway for meeting areas. And sure enough, directed to the left, there's a door that's open, and a soft, inviting yellow light shines out of it, giving a reddish tint as it shines off of the red carpet, the red upholstery of the couches, and there is a cherry wood table that all give off that Tremere blood red, what's the word I'm looking for, the vibe motif, aesthetic that fits the Tremere as blood sorcerers. And most Tremere tend to not hide the fact of their magical origin or their use of blood magic. Some are more humble about it, but no one denies their ability. At the center of this table, there is a crystal decanter filled with the crimson liquid and 5 short glasses.
So when we enter, is there a way to control the lights in here?
Yeah, there is actually a dimmer switch on the wall.
Aldrich will head over and set it to its dimmest setting.
Mm-hmm. And so you crank it down, and the lights are fixated on sconces, and they're the cool candles that make the kind of like torchy aesthetic to it. If you've ever seen those, they're really popular in like front patio lights and stuff, but basically it flickers like a torch or fire. And so when you dim it, the proverbial fire goes down to create a more dim illumination and casts long shadows on all of you as you take your seats. Does everybody sit?
I do.
Yes, I'll start filling glasses as well.
Mm-hmm. And as you start pouring the glasses, the thickness of the vitae becomes apparent. It looks like it's fresh and it's quite warm to the touch as you pour them for each of them.
I do not pour one for myself.
So 2 glasses are filled. One for Sybil and one for Ajay. And you're left waiting for...
I just stares at his. Oh,
go ahead.
I was just saying. I just probably not gonna be drinking that because he just doesn't know what kind of blood that is that he's been
It's
given,
not human.
and he doesn't want to guess by drinking.
Oh,
It's not human.
can I
Oh, good.
actually do...
Can you whisper me a roll real quick, Aldrich?
Yes.
I think you know the
Okay.
one. I don't need to tell you.
Oh Lord.
I would have something so I can read it.
Mhm. And of course, Ajay, if you have any doubts, you can make a roll as well.
Actually, can you send me what roll you need me to make?
Oh, okay.
Can you whisper it to me too?
Nope. Yeah, no, I would just need a wit's insight from you if you don't believe him, Ajay. Just if there's any doubts.
I do have doubts. Let me just how do you whisper roll anyway?
Oh, you don't need to whisper it. 2. Okay. Would you like to re-roll 2 dice?
Yeah, sure. Okay, that'll be D10, right? 2D10.
Yep, 2d10. Ajay, despite it sounding very convincing, whether or not Eldrick knows what it is or not, you have your doubts that it's not. You have your doubts in the claim that it's not kind blood. Human blood. For his credit, it was a very convincing lie. You just had a keener sense and
So he was trying to lie to me?
well, it's not clear, but you have your doubts that it's not you have your doubts that it's anything but human blood.
Am I able to use... am I able to roll my Allspecs when I touch it to see if I can discern if it's supernatural?
So you didn't roll anything, so I can't tell you.
I was asking if I was allowed to.
It says you have to. We go over this every time you use it. It's always on if you're using it, but if you're trying to find something, you have to roll.
Okay.
Okay. It's not supernatural blood.
I take a sip.
Okay. You can... Actually, no. It's not enough to sate the hunger with just a sip.
I wouldn't drink the drink anyway.
Okay.
It shows some flavor.
Yep. And so yours just sits undrank. Aldrich doesn't pour himself one, and Sybil happily sips it with no ill effect. You're left waiting for a few minutes, and before long, the soft click of heels is heard coming down the hallway. Before a woman steps in, dressed in just a simple black dress with a ruby necklace formed into a choker around her neck. Her skin is pale, her hair is short, blonde into a bob that frames around her jawline, and she says, Welcome to the library. I'm called Amelia, and I'll be working with you today for your interest in checking out our knowledge
Thank you.
She
Thank you for
smiles.
the warm welcome here.
Of course. Is the drinks not to your liking? And she looks at the untouched glass and the one that's still sitting there.
I like it.
As a member of the ministry, I try not to partake unless absolutely needed.
Would you prefer something else? We do have wines and liquors if you prefer.
No, I am satisfied for now. Thank you very much.
And she just gives a simple head nod and then looks over to Ajay. Could I get you something fresher?
Well, I was hoping it's, Algie, can I say it?
And she raises a brow.
I'm sorry,
It's up to you
I'm
if you want to
sorry.
divulge your tastes.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm not from around here. I'm not from around the country, I'm from another country, so, gotta make sure that it's okay and appropriate and not rude to be asking things that I shouldn't be asking.
Well,
But
you understand that Tremere have their origins from another country as well. Most Canaanites do. Immigrated here just as everybody else had. It's not that unusual.
I'm sorry, ma'am. What I'm trying to say is I'm not a very knowledgeable person.
I think he
I do
eats,
apologize.
I think he eats bug blood.
I don't eat bug blood. I don't even think bugs have blood, unless it was mosquito, but that was different. What I'm trying to say is
Do you
I'm
eat
a
mosquitoes?
vegan. I'm a vegan.
And she gives the faintest half smile and she says, "How quaint." Very well.
I
then.
know.
I may be able to find something suitable. Would you like?
Any animal is fine.
And she gives that forced smile again. She says, "All right," and
Gross.
walks over to the intercom near the door and presses a button. One of our guests is vegan. If you could please find something suitable for their taste. And the response comes very quietly, and she says, "Anything will do. He's not particular." Excellent. Thank you.
I just want to do this. Yeah. Can I hear what they say?
Yep. They said they can go find some rats.
Okay.
And so she turns back around and she sets her hands in front of her, crossed one over the other, and says, "So, how may I help you today?"
My friend here, and I will gesture to Sybil,
I raise my hand.
was looking for information in one of the texts, and we were wondering if we could procure a transcript.
I want to learn.
And she smiles genuinely this time. She says, "Knowledge is very important, little one. That's very good to hear."
Unfortunately, she hasn't had much of a chance due to her eyesight, so we're looking to help her.
I see. We can make an arrangement for somebody to... I feel like transcribe is not the right word for someone who would read for a blind person. But she basically explains that they could arrange for somebody to translate the text for her.
Like into Braille, or basically just read to her?
Read to her.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I imagine like if it's brought up, they could be like, we could find somebody who could make it into Braille, but that would take time.
Yes.
Like,
And I don't
But
care.
how cool would it be to have a Braille copy of the Book of Nod?
probably
That
very
would-
cool, but it would probably take a
Yeah.
very long time.
Do you have a Braille copy?
I'm afraid not.
Okay.
And
We are looking for a transcription of the Book of Nod.
yeah, that was what I was looking for. And she considers for a moment, and she says, the Book of Nod, Actually, I'm going to roll this real quick. Oh, I love my rolls in Vampire. Oh, there it is. That is a bunch of 10s. Okay. She smiles and she says, we actually happen to have a copy available. And given that your services came so highly recommended, we would be more than willing to assign somebody to her to help with this.
That would be very much appreciated.
Of course. We would have to discuss payment and time frame and what all that would entail.
What would you like?
As a matter of fact, there is something that we will be needing done. Also, I'm trying to find the playbook that has the Nod stuff in it, and I don't know where I saw it. Was it in the
It might have been
Chicago?
the Camerilla.
I think it was in the Chicago book.
It might have been in Chicago.
Because I'm looking at the
I'll
main.
check the.
I'm looking at the main one, and I can't find it. Because basically, what this is going to amount to, out of character, is just giving her. She'll have to pay for it, but it's going to give her access to that playbook. I'm trying to remember. Here it is, Chicago.
Are you looking for the Golconda or the Book of Nod?
The Book of Nod. Because Golconda doesn't have anything in here
Okay.
yet.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Golconda's in the main book.
Is it really?
It
Hang
is.
on. All my research up to this point said they didn't
I'll
have
find the page
anything.
for you.
All my stuff just said it didn't have anything on there yet. Hang on. I feel bamboozled.
Golconda, page 389.
389.
It's one of the playbooks, or lore sheets.
Yeah, lore sheets. That's what I was looking for. 389.
Most vampires claim it's a mythical state of enlightenment, but few claim to have reached the fabled state of Golconda.
Yep, that's the one. Huh. I didn't realize that was in here. Hey, this is the thing that Epione should be looking into. Because this is what you want for trying to get your humanity back. More or less, if you could reach it. Because it's really hard to do, and you can fumble it at any time, and the moment you screw it up, you can't do it ever again. Yeah, I found this after season 1, so I was like, oh, I can still make it an option. So let's see here. Yeah, see, I was planning to just make this up as I go because everything I had looked for up until this point said it wasn't in here.
I don't know what you looked up, but it was wrong.
Yeah, I was very wrong.
My very first character idea I was actually going to do was a Malkavian who was trying to finish Golconda.
Well, there you go. Shay stole it from you unintentionally.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to start with Satisfy the Hunger. And eventually work my way up to Greet the Sun.
Yeah. Well, I think we have to start her at 1 dot because this is a story point. I might figure out something here to work for it. Alright, so we'll put a pin in this because it has nothing to do with where we're at right now. I'm going to use the Book of Nod as a jumping point to get you started. But what she ends up saying is that they do need a favor, and this favor is going to pay basically for giving her access to the Book of Nod and being able to have somebody translate and read the book for her over the set amount of time. The
Book of Nod's on page 267 of
Sorry?
the Chicago by Night.
Okay. 260 or what?
Page 267.
This book I have only goes to 10 pages. That's not right.
in Chicago by Night.
Yep. Oh, it's the Kickstarter sneak peek. That's why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'll have to find the other one later. Alright, well, anyways. She ends up telling you all that... I have an idea. She says, there have been some trouble the last couple nights. A group of ruffians have rode into town from the southern states. 3 women riding motorcycles. They have attacked and vandalized one of the Tremere enclaves near the... trying to look at my
Americans, right?
locations. They were interrupting things at the international airport, and it was making quite a mess for us, and it's attention we did not wish to attract, but we're not sure what their intentions are, but if you're able to remove them from the airport area, we would consider that payment in full.
Now, just be clear, you don't want them killed or into torpor, you just want them gone.
Killing in Vancouver is strictly forbidden unless a breach has been made.
Of course.
Just gotta shoot them away then.
Yes. If you can make sure they don't come back. Oop, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Make sure that they get the message not to come back to the airport.
Okay.
Of course.
I will try. Ah,
I would hope there would be results if you expect to have access to the library.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I'm good at, it's getting results.
Wonderful.
I want
And I'll help.
Wonderful. You are... She kind of like looks at her watch and she says, well, this meeting went by much faster than I expected. And there's like a slight knock at the door, and a gentleman dressed in a white suit with a red tie is holding a tray that's filled with a single glass, and there's like half an orange slice on it as well. And she kind of like
Ooh.
scrunches her nose slightly, but gestures for him to enter, and the man walks towards Ajay and leans forward, legs perfectly straight, and basically does a like turn and bend, bowing and extending the tray out towards you. And she says,
As the glass passes by, Aldrich will also scrunch his nose as he catches the smell.
Yep. And she says, here you are. Hopefully it's to your liking.
Oh, well, thank you for bringing it. I appreciate the gesture.
The man straightens back up, and he keeps a perfectly plastered, statuesque expression, but walks out.
Will I smell the rat blood if I take a whiff of it? Or am I not
Would you like to make a wits awareness?
Sure.
I mean, animals smell very different from people.
They do.
Yeah, but specific animals, I mean. Oh, no, it's...
3. It definitely has the smell of animals. If you're looking for something more specific, I can offer you the chance to re-roll 1 dice, but at 3 successes you would not be able to narrow down where you know that smell from. But it is definitely an animal.
I'll spend a willpower.
Alrighty, you may attempt to re-roll 1 dice. Alright. With 4 successes, yes, you are able to place it. It is, in fact, some kind of vermin. and your guess is it's likely a rodent. Chances are they found a rat and squeezed it dry.
I just think a little bit. It's like, whoa. All right. I guess that's what the orange's for. I'll take that then. So it's not the blood, or maybe just like.
Oh yes, and there is of
take
course the
orange.
faint hint of orange. Yes,
The orange. Just take the orange. Just.
some orange zest to try and soften that palate.
Yeah, it's just like just try to like take the orange. Just take the orange, man. Just not all the blood. Just take the orange.
You want the orange gone, and so they do. They take the orange.
No, I'll just take the orange. I don't want to take all the blood.
Oh, you want to take the orange?
Take the orange
Yeah.
and dip it in the blood.
No, I'm not gonna dip it in the blood. Or maybe I just dip it a little, just to not be rude to them. Like, okay, I'm gonna drink it, but I'm not gonna drink all of them.
This is why you specify.
You know, I just like he's got a lot of things to say later when they're out, and either I'll drink or Sibyl's gonna be the ones hearing an earful from him. Depends. It all depends. For now, he's just going to sit by and enjoy his oranges.
And so she does make note of the fact that you don't take the drink, but once you sip slightly on the orange, she just kind of gives a and finally just says, "Is there going to be anything else for you all?"
I will look over to my companion and see if they have anything to add.
I think we should do what we need to do so I can read.
I agree.
I'll agree too. I'm here to do work, like Curry, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. Thank you for your hospitality, I guess. I mean hospitality. I hospitality.
Yes, thank you for all of your help this evening. And I will hold out my hand for a handshake.
And she takes it. She
May I have your name once more?
Amelia.
Thank you.
She waits patiently for the other two.
What? Shake hands?
Oh, just to see if there's anything.
Oh.
Alter will begin to leave.
I just look and I say, well, I don't look because I can't see, but I say, I'm excited to read the books.
And she gives a smile and looks to the other two. That's a very pitying smile.
I just adieu. Is that what how you people say goodbye properly? Adieu. Yeah, adieu. Yes.
That's
He
French.
just walks out. Well, that's French? Wait,
When you-
isn't Canada...
When you say adieu,
Isn't-
she just says au revoir. Bonne nuit.
Okay. And it turns to Sybil, and when Sybil said it was French, he just leans down and whispers, well, I learned something new today, I guess. That's how they greet back.
Wonders never cease.
I'm just gonna leave the room.
I'm following the voice. Or the footsteps, I guess.
Don't worry, if you get lost, I'm just gonna be like dragging you back. Just put his hands behind
Carry
your
me.
back. Just yeah. No, it's not gonna carry you.
Carry
This is
me.
going to lead you.
Do it.
If you jump to his arm like Jake Peralta did to like you know that scene of like Jake just jump into
I climb on his
Sergeant-
back.
Huh? Oh, okay. Can you climb onto his back? He's 6 foot tall. Well, 6 foot. I remember his height, but it's 6 foot tall. Can you climb him?
What do I need to roll to climb on his back?
Nothing.
Why here?
You can just climb it.
I just climb on his back. And then I say, carry me.
Okay, I guess I'm carrying ya. So, and then he quickens his steps.
I'm asserting my dominance over the new member.
He quickens his steps and then turns to all and be like, she always do this?
Never to me.
And so you all make your way out of the library, walking back towards the vehicle. Daniel's sitting in the driver's seat waiting, and I think because Josie's not here, I don't want to do the next meetings without all of you present, so we'll cut it a half hour early, because that is just life when not everybody is there and something dramatic will happen in 4 days. So...
Ready in that
3 days.
way.
3 days, yes, you're right. I had my times backwards.
I
took
don't
notes.
know why.
The next,
I don't know why. but
I mean, in
have
4
a-
days something dramatic could happen too, but yes,
Yeah,
3 days. 3 days is when the meetings happen.
I have a nagging feeling Josie's gonna be replaced soon. I don't know why. It's just bad.
I mean, how do you know she hasn't been replaced already?
Oh my god!
The changeling.
There it goes!
There it goes. All right. Well,
She's now a changeling. It's canon.
I mean, hey, we can always do changeling at some point. I have a really fun and spooky idea for that.
I would need help making it.
I have many spooky ideas for that.
Yeah, I think Krista panicked when I mentioned the idea I had for it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Where
Okay.
the fae that abducted everybody was
They
called.
don't like dolls.
Yep, it was called the Doll Maker. And so you
Oh
all,
my god, that
You've done
reminds
its
me.
detail.
yeah, you all were remodeled into various playthings for.
It's on the Nutcracker.
It doesn't even. Oh yeah, dibs on the Nutcracker. Absolutely. I don't think it needs to go that extensive, but like, because they say like the humans who get abducted get partly fae infused, and so like you can take on different things. But yeah, so like you could do stuff and be like,
You get
I
changed
was,
into a toy as the premise.
yes, for the premise, or not even really a toy. You were just a living plaything, and yeah, it's meant to be
Right.
real. It's meant to be real dark and kind of body horror. But
I mean, I'm down if you ever want to run a one shot.
absolutely, that could be fun, and then find an awful way to tie this into Vancouver too. Tie everything into Vancouver. It's fine.
Werewolves?
Apparently.
Second Inquisition. Anarchs and Camerilla. We know there's a mage somewhere. There are no mages in Vancouver.
There are no mages in Vancouver.
Wait.
Because Desert's there, so the Sabbat are coming. This is just gonna happen.
Yep,
Sabbat
the
are
Sabbat, the Fae now. Like,
The
everyone's gonna...
Queen
We have the
The
Quijin
Quijin.
here now. That's not my fault. It's true.
it is your fault. You let it happen.
I let all of this happen because it's a great story. Have fun next season.
Oh God. I
I
quit.
got a question.
Mhm.
I got a question. So, mages and werewolves and stuff like that, but is there even a book where you play as the Inquisitors?
Yeah,
Members of the
it's
Inquisitors?
called Hunter.
Hunter the Vigil.
Oh.
And you're not necessarily the Inquisition, but the Inquisition is the name given to any mortals that take it upon themselves to hunt the
Vampires.
well, even not just vampires, but any of the creatures in the world of darkness. Usually, it is just a loose association, but there are more organized groups that better fall under the Inquisition. And the Inquisition, in regards to this season, can be any number of things, depending on how badly you
Yeah.
guys continue to expose yourselves.
To be fair, we've only exposed ourselves once.
That you know of.
But yeah, the Second Inquisition is usually black ops backed by things like the FBI, the CIA, MI6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is a very organized version of it, and then anything else that falls underneath them also get counted as the Inquisition because nobody directly says they belong to the Inquisition.
Mm-hmm. And you aren't allowed to say like vampire or werewolves.
This Inquisition reminds me of like if you guys ever played Savage World, it reminds me of Reapers.
Could be. I'll have to look into that one. But hey, here we're gonna wrap it up. So everybody, have a great night, and we'll find out what people do next week in light of horrible things that may happen. Have a great night.